What's going on, YouTube? So I stream, I play little video games. I'm a full-time truck driver. I'm about to turn 51 years old. And I do like everybody else. I scroll through social medias and I scroll through YouTube. I do a lot of my searches on YouTube because if it's something I'm working on, that's the first thing I go to is YouTube. And then I start seeing on my feed, oh, hey man, 2025 is the year for, I'm gonna call us GenX streamers and YouTubers and just GenX just in general. I'm about to be 51 this month. Drive a truck for a living. I game on the side. Yeah, I'm a 51-year-old gamer. And I do like other things as well. But it's like this personal content right here. My iPhone on a little springy stand using a back camera, because they say use the back camera. They say just grab your phone, flip it over, start talking to the camera. Okay, let's do that. Let's talk to the camera, the Gen Xers. Boy, isn't the world changed? It's amazing how different it is from whenever 70s and 80s. I was born in 74, so when 80s rolled around, I'm 6 years old. I'm on my bicycle. Y'all can relate. Jump on the bicycle. I lived in a neighborhood in California, so it was all concrete and roads and stuff like that. So we could get into it. We lived in a neighborhood where you could take off on your bicycle and just ride. But in those days, we rode as groups. We didn't have our cell phones. We didn't have a way to communicate except for using a phone. And as young kids, I didn't get on the phone and call my friends. I got on a bicycle. And I rode to a friend's house on a bicycle. You knocked on their door. Parents usually open the door. Hey, it's so-so here. Can we play? Yeah, his chores. We usually had chores. His chores are done. He'd go and y'all be back before the street lights come on. That's what it was. Be back before the street lights came on was our curfew. We rode our bikes. We built ramps. We rode our skateboards. Skateboards and bicycles is basically what we rode. And when we lived in California, we was probably about an hour from the ocean, I think. And every once in a while, we got to go to the ocean and play and surf and stuff like that. But boy, was our generation brought up a little bit differently. You messed around and the parents would communicate with each other. The kids as kids that had friends, the parents of those kids knew the parents of the other kids. So we all the parents knew each other as well. It was all like a big community. It's really strange. Not an online community, an actual in real life IRL community. It sure has changed now, man. Back then you waited till 10 o'clock, news came on and says, it's 10 o'clock, do you know where your kids are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Because by that time they should be home, right? Because the streetlights come on, you don't stay out after dark. Or at least we weren't supposed to. And then if it's the weekend, we did have video games. We didn't have Nintendos, we had Ataris. We had the Atari, Ataris is what we played on a lot of. Or we actually played board games and watched. Back then, it was VHS. Yeah, we'd go to the Blockbuster. I don't know how far back Blockbuster goes, but we'd go back there and rent a movie. And mom and dad got a movie and you got a movie. And then you watch the movie, or you just kind of go into your bedroom and had the little black and white 13-inch TVs. And we lived in California, so then we did have cable. But I don't even think my bedroom room had cable. I think it was just plugged into the Atari. It had a little box. It had a little thing with two prongs on it. And it had a way to screw into the auxiliary on the back of the TV. Had a little switch on it. I'll show you right here where I'm pointing. I'll bring up a little graphic of it. TV, game, little switch. You switch it over. And just brought up the game. And we play hours. Had turntable, radio players, those big radio players. I mean, and not even only that, we'd be in our bedroom. I had Hot Wheels and stuff like that. We'd build tracks. It was just a different time. I didn't wear a helmet or pads or anything like that when I played outside. We took scrap wood and built ramps for bicycles. We'd be bicycling on the highways 4, 5, 6 kids deep. And if you went to a friend's house, well, actually, think about it like this. When you went to a friend's house, you knew if say you're riding around by yourself, and you go to your friend's house, you knew where everybody was because all the bicycles were piled up in the front yard and everybody was over there just hanging out. Probably usually in the backyard, you know, just hanging out, building forts out of scrap wood. We did a lot of stuff. Stayed outside till it got dark. But don't mess around and screw up at that house, because if you got into your neighbor's stuff, like your friend's parents, you got into the garage, you got in somewhere you weren't supposed to be, our parents, at least my parents, would tell the other parents if he misbehaves, whoop his butt. And then if you got spanking by the neighbor, you got home and got a whooping, or got grounded, couldn't go back out. You know, we were told to treat everything with respect. The people that were older than us, respect. Grandparents, respect. We were just taught how to respect people and people's property back then, most of us. Anyways, I just thought this would be kind of cool. The GenX YouTuber. Why not? YouTube is supposed to be the next thing. You know, they got the whole TikTok thing up in the Supreme Court, whether the TikTok sticks around or not. I watched a YouTube podcast. Sarah something. I'll link it in the description. It's a YouTube podcast with oh gosh, I can't think. See, 51 years old. Sometimes I can't think as quick as I used to when I was younger. But her name was Sarah, and she was on a podcast. I think she was an old CIA agent, lots of information. But they were talking about the TikTok thing. Well, apparently, being able to put up videos of people selling TikTok is one thing, but I guess the information that we put in TikTok, it's available to what they say China. China is available to see our information. Now that is a problem. The TikTok itself as an app, being able to do stuff and communicate, and the funny videos and the scrolling and the shop, marketplace, and I have got another TikTok. I have another YouTube channel, another TikTok, but I want to do this. This is raw. I want to see if the algorithm and if what I've been seeing is true. This is going to be probably the channel that I like the most, because it's just me, raw, at GenX. And my experiences as a young man until the experiences as a new man. Most of us, I'm ADHD, so I'm scatterbrained. But anyways, the TikTok thing, I mean, if they can get our information and hurt us, it's not a good thing. We need to figure that out. How do they figure it out? And if it is to shut down the TikTok app, so be it. People will survive. They'll find something else. Let's do YouTube Shorts. Instead of scrolling through TikTok, YouTube, let's do YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, right? Let's get our information out there. You know, let's not worry about the TikTok phenomenon. You got YouTube Shorts. Scroll through your shorts. It's just as good as TikTok to me. I've been doing it this morning. I'm like, all right, this makes sense. So I'll be making short form content on the shorts. You get 500, what is it, 500 views? Is it 500 views? But I know if you get like 50 subs, right now, this channel is an old channel. I deleted all the old stuff from like years ago because I didn't know what YouTube was. But they say, don't start a brand new channel, just take an old channel that doesn't have any speed to it. And then I'm just redoing this channel. So it's going to be the GenX channel about our life, or about my life, about how things have changed and what things look like for the future of us. I think this will speak to most people my age, and they'll agree with me. There's a lot of things that have changed over the years, but technology is just going to keep going. I mean, think about it. We're from I think, doesn't Gen X go back into the 60s? I'd have to look, I'm not sure, but I just know I'm Gen X. But our generation have seen from the phone on the wall with a cord to technology moving all the way up to a computer in our pocket, our phones. Because, trust me, a computer when I was growing up was an Apple II. It was brand new. In the 80s, everything was brand new. Technology was huge. The VCRs were that big. My dad carried around a camcorder that sat on your shoulder, and you put a VHS tape in it, which a lot of people that might see this video don't know what a VHS tape is. Go to your local pawn shop, if you can still find them, and you'll see VHS tapes, or your parents, or no, actually go to your grandparents. Your grandparents probably in that shed out in the back in a tub that I have them. They're VHS tapes. Check it out. It's interesting. And we had VHS players. But anyways, as I was saying, the technology, now we have AI. Artificial intelligence is Terminator coming out right in front of us. So who knows where this is leading us. We're going into 2025 in a few days. We'll have a new president. And my opinion, I'm not going to make this a political channel, not really. Just my opinion, I think maybe he's going to take the country, hopefully, and make a lot of stuff that we're going through right now make sense and kind of revert back to like a GenX style morality, not so much turn back technology, turn back time and how things are done, just the morality of everything, in my opinion. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think he's here to help us. Let's hope so. He's there now, and we'll see what happens. So that's all I'll say about the politics part of it. But they say make long form content on YouTube, 8 minutes and further on the long form. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make 8-minute content for 8 minutes, because once your channel in long form hits 1,000 subs, it has 4,000 watch hours, then you become monetized. And then the monetization, I guess, starts at 8 minutes and forward, where you can ads start playing. And then cool thing about YouTube is your video like this one, it's gonna be raw, no super edit or nothing like that. I'll use CapCut. I may not use much of CapCut, but there's little things I want to show. I'll probably put this is gonna be my personality and who I am as a person, as a Gen Xer, as a Gen X YouTuber. And this is how I'll probably end up cutting this, where I'll put little things here and there inside the boxes, so people that aren't our age and it reaches younger people kind of get an idea of who we are, where we come from, and why we are the way we are. The youngsters, like grandkids age, when I say VHS tapes or I say camcorders or stuff like that, I'll put little pop-ups so they can kind of get a visual of what that is. And street lights and that kind of thing. There's you take a grandkid right now that's, my grandkids, 4 to 9 years old. My oldest is 10 now. She's done turned 10 years old. That's wild. But you take those and you put them in. If you took a room and you put it back into the 80s, and took a 13-inch TV, go to a pawn shop, you take a 13-inch TV, you take an Atari system. We could say NES. We could take the NES or the Atari, really the Atari system. You take a turntable with, I had an 8-track, which is, I don't think anybody knows beyond that's been born after us what that is. And then, Hot Wheels, and just, of course, my grandkids do have like a box of toys, but just the things that we did. No technology. It was like no cell phones, no computers, no tablets. Like these kids live on tablets. We didn't have that. We had to use our imagination. Get you a hammer and nail and some wood, or, go outside and do something, dig a hole, play cars, climb trees. That's what we did. Sure, we got into the stuff that we weren't supposed to get into. We were kids. But put them in a room with no technology and just see what they do. They would be lost. What do you mean there's a phone on a cord? What do you mean it's a black and white? What's a black and white TV? What is that? Why is it big and square and so heavy, right? Why is the screen rounded? It'd be funny, wouldn't it? What do you mean you didn't have a computer? I had an Apple II computer, and it was one big old unit, and DOS, what the heck? They have no clue. Our generation has gone from very new technology, where it was just starting out, to today, where we have our computers in our pockets. And AI now. Interesting, isn't it? Anyhow, I just wanted to make my first video on this channel and just say to everybody, hey, hashtag 40 years and up. Let's see where this takes us. Let's see if YouTube is really taking these videos that are raw, filmed on an iPhone or whatever, and see if they do push that out, because I'm curious what it does. This is the long game, so I'm going to continue uploading at least long form content like this once a week unless something comes to my attention. If I notice something that it's like, oh my God, I remember when, then I'm gonna pop out my phone and I'm gonna throw up a video. Maybe a short. I think shorts be short. I think shorts is good, and I think long form is good. I think they're both good because if TikTok does this thing, then YouTube Shorts I think will blow up, and I think we need to get ahead of the game. Also Instagram. I'm not much on Instagram. I need to learn that. I have X, and I need to learn that. I think use all our platforms, but I'm going to concentrate here on YouTube and see where it takes me. See where it takes us. Short form, long form. Anyhow. Be ready for this channel to pop up comments. I love reading comments. I will comment back. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me who you are. Agree with me, disagree with me. And we'll get in the comment section and have a good time. Let's build a community here on YouTube. Why not? I have a Twitch channel. I like to stream my games. My dad was a techie person. He had the VCRs. He had the VHS tapes. He went from a 35 millimeter camera all the way up to a DSLR. I had his stuff. I have like the history of my dad from whenever he started. I got VHS tapes all the way up to the point where I got his newest camera that he had. He was a photographer. He loved the technical stuff. He passed, he was 72, 73. Oh, he was born in 50, so yeah, 74. He passed, he was 74 years old. See, it's September, October, November, December. October. Yes. And so I'm following in my father's footsteps. I'm going to share my life story about you. I'm 51 years old. You'll see me at the gym. I want to be healthy because I want to be able to retire and not worry about medical. I don't want to worry about finances. I want to enjoy it with a healthy life. Trying to be a healthy me because when I get to that time to retirement, I want to be able to enjoy retirement and not be sick in the hospital or at doctor's offices or taking a bunch of pills. I want to have a healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy soul. I want to be able to enjoy the blood, sweat, and tears I put in to be able to be retired. I want to be able to go see places that I've never seen before. I want to be able to see my family, get up and just go. That's my goal. That's my end goal. Retirement, enjoy life, and not be more stressed in retirement role than not. My mother, she's a widow now. She doing really good with herself. She's done really well with Dad being passing. I love her to death. She's my mom and my best friend. Besides my girlfriend's my best friend as well. But yeah, so my goal, mom, medical stuff like that. My mom's gotten well. My mom, I'm proud of her. She's went from a very large woman, and she's been able to drop weight down to where she needs to be because she knows she needs to be healthier for herself so she can keep living and enjoying life. She's enjoying life. She's a door dasher. My mother has a work ethic like I have never. My mom has such a good work ethic and such good moralities. She will get on my nerves because moms do that. There will be things I don't agree that she tells me, but I have the highest, most respect for my mother, and I had the most highest respect for my father. I was blessed enough to have a family, a mom and a dad that was there my entire life. Not everybody gets to have that. God gave that to me, and I appreciate it, and I don't overlook it, and I think that was a gift. So we're gonna move on and see where this YouTube takes us, and you guys gonna know the life of a GenX YouTuber. I mean, to me, that's the perfect title. I'm a Gen X, I'm a YouTuber. And I want to relate to the younger people and the people my age and even the older. Older people get to see this. Give me some information. Help me make myself a better me for the future. And people that are my age right now, my age group, tell me how your life is. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you think? Do you remember the old days? And younger people, man, be nice to the people that are older than you. Morality and respect goes a long ways. You respect me, I respect you back. So that being said, welcome to the channel, the Gen X YouTuber. My name is Scott, by the way. I'm gonna be as transparent as I can on this channel, and I'm a rambler. I talk a lot, so forgive me. But be ready to see some stuff about life going forward. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.